else is crazy and I don't know what to do. So I made a podcast for me and for you. Pizza sauce and diggly digs, everybody loves a digs. Japanese girls and 80s flicks, rock and roll like Stevie Nicks. Mafiulas, elder rules, telling you what's wrong with school. Bruno James and Dan Marino, talking shit on people we know. Hockey fights and cracking beers, living life without no fear. Oh, my brain, what's inside? I don't know what to write.
Like weird Japanese shit.
Turtles and Hot Pockets. If you don't like those, I don't want to be friends.
Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Matt Manning. Been watching these slum videos on YouTube. There's this guy, Indigo Traveler. He's got he should have way more subscribers. He's got over 1 million. He goes and travels around all sorts of interesting places, but he goes to these slums in a lot of really hard up countries and just kind of explores the reality of what's going on there. Maybe tries to, gain some awareness, share a little bit of slum life. But I checked out this one. It's inside Nigeria's biggest slum. Right off the bat, I learned a ton of stuff. I think it's Lagos is it's right outside of that city in Nigeria, which is 25 or 30 million people, which I had no clue. There's these massive cities places and you have no idea that they even exist. Then on top of that, Nigeria is one of the world's biggest English speaking countries. I don't think anyone in English speaking countries realizes they hear Nigeria and they think tongue clicking and stuff. And it's massive English speaking country. Just that alone, I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. I think I just yelled into the mic. I didn't know that. But then he goes to this floating slum outside of the city. Literally there's a bridge going across the water and then just this floating shack land. They call it the Venice of Nigeria. That's pretty ill named. I think it's called Makoko. It is brutal, just really nasty. So all the sewage from this 25 million people city just comes floating into this little town. And then this little town, the sewage, the toilets are just holes in the floor. All of it just goes right into the water. And this guy shows these kids are swimming 10 feet away from this, literally the toilet. It's insane. And the guy, the chief's son is giving him the tour. He's like, look, man, we tell them not to, but the kids do what they want. Then he says but nothing happens to them. Somehow they're just used to it from growing up in this. They're healthy. I'm sure if you studied them, took them to a doctor, they'd probably have all sorts of parasites and stuff, but they're literally healthy. They look healthy. The dude lifts up his shirt. He's ripped. He's got abs and shit. He plays soccer. He's I don't go to the gym. If I fall in, nothing happens. You just wash yourself off after. Nothing happens, where we would be dead, in a coma in the hospital if you fell in this with a million different types of disease. But it is nasty. It's pretty shocking. But to me, it always blows my mind because I engage with this stuff. I watch it. Just like these animal shows, you see a lion or a blue whale and you're whoa, the 100-foot blue. But it kind of is not real. It's kind of disillusioning that you engage with it in a screen and then you leave it and step away and it lingers for a little bit. But then I go back to my life. It's strip malls and woods and New Jersey and houses. I mean, there's only so much. So you kind of forget that it's even real. Right now, as I'm talking on this mic, there's a blue whale out there swimming somewhere. There's a lion ripping some carcass apart, but I can't really see that it's real. I'm not really there. So it's what's in front of you is kind of only thing that's real. So these slums, it's the same thing. We see this stuff. We know it's out there. People, there's starving kids and all this stuff out there. We know it's out there and it's brutal, but you kind of don't engage with it. So it's just kind of odd. So I'm enjoying watching these videos. Really eye-opening. For me, honestly, it just makes me super thankful and grateful. When I go to sleep at night, I just got a warm bed, got a roof over my head, which I found when I read books about villages in jungles or harsh conditions, basically, it could be war, whatever. I always sleep great because the insane perspective of this Werner Herzog book. He's filming in the jungle and he's sleeping in a shack. There's poisonous snakes above him. There's rats in his hammock and these giant tarantula spiders and everything's poisonous. When I get in bed at night, I'm damn, this is comfy. How am I not going to sleep better just being completely comfy? Even if, you got all this nonsense anxiety about life and horse shit, this kind of gives you enough perspective to be God, I am lucky. So then this got me thinking, watching these slum videos. Check them out, Indigo Traveler. I'm not going to say shout out because that shit's lame. Just go check them out. These videos are super interesting and they're beautifully shot. Like, he's a great filmmaker. But this got me thinking, like, you hear these stories about like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and shit. And it's just like, these people are jackasses. Like, they're the genius. And yet we got all this stuff going on the planet that they could be helping with, and they're not. And I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just saying, from a common sense perspective, you always hear these stories. Oh, they found water on Mars. They found large deposits of water on Mars in this Grand Canyon thing. And it's just like, look, that's great. But like, by the time any of that is useful or viable, we're going to fuck our own planet. It's like, hey, guess what, dumbass? We got water here. We're just destroying it. So it's like, I don't understand why they're putting their resources and time into this when there's all this stuff going on around the planet that we could have options to. Like, if I had the billions, I'd be like an Iron Man type character. Like, yeah, I'd be having fun and flashy and whatnot. But like, I don't know how you can't watch these TED Talks and there's viable solutions. Like, there's the fungus guy. I know he's been on like Rogan about like how you can use fungus and mushrooms to like save the planet because they suck in so much of the CO2. Or there's these like structures they can engineer and build on the coast that use algae and seawater to capture CO2. Like, there's all these things out there. I can see them. I can engage with them. It's amazing. Like, oh, wow, I'm so inspired by this TED Talk. And then you look off to the side and it's like the next video you click on is like Cardi B farts in reporter's face. So what are we really going to do? Not use plastic bags? Not using plastic bags in supermarkets isn't going to really do shit. The plastic's already out there. The amount of industrial use of chemicals and plastic that's going on around the planet makes really this stuff like a drop in the bucket. There's really nothing we can do. Like, you watch the Attenborough Our Planet Netflix special, same thing. I engage with it. I care. I'm like, oh my God, these snow animals in the Antarctic, we got to do something. Like, I'm trying to care. I do care. But like, what the hell can I do? I'm trying to figure out my own life. I can barely take care of me, myself, and I. I can barely take care of me, myself, and I. Those three whippersnappers. But like, really, what am I going to do? What the people have to do are these billionaires, but they're not. They're doing the flashy shit. They're going to Mars so they can get on SNL. Look at you. That's great. They can do whatever they want. Is that important? To some extent. But like, in the long run, that isn't a viable thing that we can do. And we shouldn't be looking at Mars as like this is a viable option for when we make the planet a toilet. We got a new one. No, we should be looking at Mars as a picture of the future of what Earth is going to look like if we destroy it. If some alien civilization comes along to Earth in 500 years, they're going to be going, hey, look, we found signs of water on Earth. Not only that, we found signs of plastic. Hey, when we fuck up our own planet, maybe we can go to Earth and start a colony. We'll use all their plastic. They already got it. It's great. I mean, we got plastic here, but hey, they got plastic there. Doesn't make any sense. And think about like what we even know about our own planet. I love these deep sea videos. We've explored like less than 3% of the bottom of the ocean. We don't even know what's going on down there, yet we're destroying it. Like, if we found a living dinosaur, the world would lose their mind. We would do everything we could to protect it. Yet meanwhile, we have these animals that we've seen like a few times in a couple of hundred years. We don't know anything about them or what they're doing or how they contribute to the whole planet. And yet we're probably destroying their environment, their habitat. We're killing a lot of them with like these bottom trawling fishing. So I'm not trying to get on my high horse. It just blows my mind. That's like, we hardly even know what's going on here. We have a perfectly good functioning planet that has all of that shit. Oh, they found traces of water. We have water out the ass. We're just pissing in it. Like, I don't understand. It's like having a perfectly good car, a great car, a Lamborghini. You just it needs an oil change. We got to line the tires. The engine needs to be tuned a little. The guy living in it is, there's a guy living in the Lamborghini. He's eating fries and throwing his shit. He's drinking coffee. He's throwing that all over the place. It needs to be cleaned up a bit. The owner's an asshole. He needs to be taken out and slapped around a bit. But hey, you know what we found? In this back alley, we found a car on cinder blocks all rusted out. It shows it's got signs of being a car. It's got potential. Let's put billions into that. Let's do all this work. Let's get it there. We're going to have to build a rocket, fill it with fuel to get the car, to tow it back. But, you know, we could get some people there. It'll look great because then I'll be like, hey, look what I did. Pimp my ride. I'm a billionaire. I'm the man. We got a good car already. That's literally what's going on. It's completely asinine. But hey, he's the genius. I'll tell you what, though, to be honest, the Earth's more or less done. It's a toilet. So fuck it. I want to drive a Tesla on Mars. I want to go to Starbucks on Mars, and I want to get a caramel macchiato, Martian macchiato with the jimmies on the top. They're sprinkled red for Mars. It's got Mars dust. It's really just a little chili pepper. Makes it taste good. Makes the coffee a little pop. That's what I want. So, yeah, let's go for it. Come on, Jeffy boy. Jeffy boy and Elon must be the center of attention, Elon Musk. No, really, the guy tweets some horse shit about a non-existent cryptocurrency, basically a joke cryptocurrency, and people make millions and millions of dollars. Why don't you put a little bit of that tweet action into like, hey, kids are swimming in feces. Can we get like $20,000 together to, help them out? Maybe they need an orphanage because there's like kids that are parents are dying from disease and then they're just roaming around this feces swamp. Can we maybe get some money? How about a tweet towards that, Jeffy boy or Elon? No, nothing. All right. Yeah. What's the crypto? Doge, Dog Master. I'm the man. Doge man. Kids swimming in feces. That's a shame. Mars has signs of water. All right. I'll see you next time.
Rock and roll, baby.
I got to get a Sambo. Here's the thing.
Yeah, man, come on. Yeah. Keeping that down.
Everyone thinks not doing shit's easy, but it's not. Fucking
I'm
night.
gonna get weird and go paint some stuff.
That's enough of this bullshit for one day.
Sometimes you just gotta slam them fuckers. Oh, sure.